There's a move in Tekken that is held in high regard. A move that when we see it used, we think of the power of a god like the almighty a move that is said to have the capabilities to power a city. That move is the Electric Wind God Fist. Many players pick up a Mishima at some point, aspiring to be able to use that sick electric move in their matches and maybe do some wave dashing on their opponents. But most soon realize it's easier said than done. Today I want to discuss why it feels so difficult to block punish using the electric. For this guide I'm going to assume that you're able to perform electrics. If you'd like a video on how to specifically perform electrics, I linked a very good electric guide by the main man in the description below. Before watching this, I also recommend knowing some information regarding frame data and what it is. Now let's get started. Have you ever tried to block an attack that's over -14 frames and launch it with an electric? Did that electric just end up getting blocked and you missed your chance at a punish? Let me explain a bit to help you understand how to better use it as a block punish. For the most part, frame data everywhere will show you that the electric is a 14 frame move. So theoretically, it should be able to punish a -14 move, right? There's a bit of mastery involved here regarding timing and execution. I want you to picture this. Each input of your electric takes up 1 frame. So forward, neutral, and down make up 3 frames. Once you hit down forward +2, that's the moment the electric comes out. This may sound pretty crazy, but it's the reason why the in-game frame data displays 11 to 12 frames on your electric speed, when in reality it's 14 frames. There is a slight exception to this rule. On Kazuya, with the perfect electric, you can choose to skip the neutral input or the down input. So for Kazuya players performing the perfect electric, they can get this move to come out in 13 frames instead. From this point on, I'll explain things as if you were using the 14 frame electric, as it would still apply for Kazuya's electric. On a side note, if your electrics are a little sloppy, each additional directional input prior to the electric coming out is going to add another frame to the attack. The common one I see is an additional forward input before the electric input, so now your electric is at least 15 frames instead of 14. This means that from the moment you start your electric and finish it, it is indeed a 14 frame move. But there's unaccounted time as to when you started the move. In order to punish a -14 move, you would have had to have started your electric inputs on the exact moment of recovery to make it into the 14 frame window. I'll show you some examples as to what I mean. This move is -17 on block. You would think using an electric to punish this attack would be extremely easy, but it's all dependent on when I start my electric input. If I start my electric 4 frames too late, or have too many extra inputs, I won't make it in time to punish a -17 attack. Instead, my electric will arrive on the 18th frame, missing the punishment window completely. So you have to practice your response time to blocking an attack and starting your electric on the exact moment of your recovery. For those of you familiar with input buffering, you cannot buffer an electric input. You must start the electric from the moment you're out of recovery. I recommend turning on the recovery settings on the Tekken training mode so that you can better visualize when you should start your electric inputs. Also, if you have access to the punishment training, it plays a sound to notify you when you're out of recovery and ready to perform your punish. I've seen some players using this method to help them with their electric timing. Another thing to remember is that although some moves may have the same negative frames when it comes to punishment, your recovery can vary depending on the attack. Some moves will be blocked and leave you able to respond right away, while others will leave you waiting for a while before you're even able to start your punish. Let's talk practice. It's definitely important to be able to block punish attacks with an electric, and it'll make you much more of a threat. The way I like to practice block punishing with electrics is to find a character that has a move for each punishment window. I like using Devil Jim because I found he has the perfect moves for me to practice against. And I'm able to drop it down from -17 to -16 to -15 and so on. Think of it like the dumbbell racks at the gyms that have all the different dumbbells for you to work out with. Dropping down the punishment window will make it so you have to be more precise with your electric timing to land the punish, getting you closer to that 14 frame window. I'm going to suggest using a move that's at least -17 to start with. This will give you those extra 3 frames of time to get the electric punish in. Set the training dummy to repeat an action and select a move that's -17 on block. Once you block the move, pay attention to the recovery and launch your electric. You know you did it in time if the game shows the word punish next to the damage on the side. Another block punish to train is when you block a stagger low. You can launch stagger lows using an electric in case you didn't know. This is done by performing a dash electric. This will require you to input a forward before the electric input. Doing so will cancel your crouch after you've blocked the low and allow for that sweet standing electric to smash into your opponent's face. This type of punish will be perfect for punishing things like Snake Edge, Dragon Tail, Hell Sweeps, or most stagger lows. You can practice this the same way you would practice block punishing with electric. It just uses the dash electric instead of the regular one. I hope I was able to bring you some insight on the importance of learning block punishing with electrics. I know it's hard because I've had to train it myself. Don't let up on your training and continue to improve day by day. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, leave a like. And if you would like to see more content like this in the future, go ahead and subscribe. I plan on making more Tekken content, possibly other fighting game content as well later down the road. Thank you guys so much for the support and keep on improving yourself.